Hey guys, it's Adam here. First of all, I just need to start off by saying I'm sorry. And that's because, well, 2023 is almost over as a year, and I barely uploaded anything on either of my channels. We got the archive channel where I've uploaded a fair amount of Battle of the Beasts, but other than that, I didn't really do much else on that channel. And be honest, I'm just waiting for Lucas to catch up with the editing process. Yes, I understand this year's not been great for him. I'm not going to go into that because I told him I won't. But like, yeah, just wait for the catch up. I probably will do some every now and then, but when he's closer to catching up to where I'm at, then yeah, I will do more. That's why I haven't been uploading on that. Along with me being very busy with work. My new job is really demanding. Yeah, it's really demanding. But I still like it, so that's something. And while I haven't been uploading on my main channel, the Adam Ferns channel, uh yeah, honestly, I don't have any ideas for videos I could do that isn't Beast Quest related or Nuzlocke related with my Pokemon Nuzlockes. Um, so I ran out of ideas for Beast Quest. I'm open to ideas, but if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to enjoy doing it. And as for the Nuzlocke videos, I do enjoy doing Nuzlocks. Do not get me wrong. However, it's been 10 months since my last Nuzlocke video. And that was the last time I touched this game of Pokemon Sapphire. It's been inside this DS the entire time of that 10 months, and I haven't touched it at all because I know the rules of a Nuzlocke. It's basically if Pokemon faints, it dies, and you can't use it anymore, and you nickname it every Pokemon so you get more attached to them. Along with the first Pokemon you encounter per route is the one you have to use, and if you fail to catch it, you don't get a Pokemon that route. Okay, that last rule is important to the whole Nuzlocke per se, but not important to why I'm on this topic. Basically, uh, as with Nuzlocke, if Pokemon faints, it dies. I've had a fair few deaths in Nuzlocke. In my Pokemon 5 Red Nuzlocke, I've lost two Pokemon. A Kadabra, which, yes, I admit I wasn't very fond of because I didn't build that attachment to. But at the end of the day, it was my first taste of death, and I was like, oh, so it's not as easy as it looks. And yeah, that one was actually no, I'm not even gonna blame myself for that one. I knew Kadabra's defenses weren't great, but it still died to a poison type, but psychic beats poison, so how was I supposed to know? Yeah, I'm sure it was avoidable, but it still stunk, especially when it was a newly evolved Kadabra as well. Um, and the last death in my Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke was a Jolteon. Spark, the Jolteon to be exact. And if you've seen the video, you would know that he made it all the way to the champion. Yeah, two deaths I made up to the champion. Brilliant. I know, right? I'm actually proud of that. But yeah, Pokemon Fire Red made it up to the champion with my whole team of Ferno the Charizard, Puppy the Gyarados, Coron the Nidoking, a quarter the Primeape, Spark the Jolteon, and the name escapes me, Everest the Snorlax. A really good team, by the way. But yeah, I lost Spark the Jolteon at the last Pokemon, well, the second to last Pokemon on my rival's team. And now it's his Blastoise. I had the type advantage, I had the speed advantage. But it got one shot by a Hydro Pump critical hit. I think it was crit anyway. That death broke me. On camera, I started tearing up because I formed such a close attachment to that Jolteon. And having it taken away from me, it really hurts. And whilst I doubt that was the most emotional, that I have been or will be throughout these Nuzlocke runs, it was the first death which actually hurt. And to have a Pokemon which did phenomenal throughout the entirety of the league, along with the late game, because I had him probably before the 4th gym, because I took ages getting to that gym on purpose, might I add. Yeah, I had that much time to build such a fond attachment to Spark, and I thought, oh, it's only a Pokemon, it's only pixels. I won't really mind if pixels go or get taken from me. No, it stung. It hurts. I'm not over it. I'm still not over it. And the rival's named Lucas. So Lucas, screw you. No, I'm joking. Lucas, you're cool, but still, come on. It stings, it hurts. I had the type advantage. Both of those deaths in Fire Red, I had the type advantage. And I still lost the Pokemon. It stings, it hurts, and Spark was a great member. That's all I can say. I'm not over it. I never will be, because at the end of the day, he was full health, and he got one shot. He wasn't even under level. Well, I wouldn't say he was that under leveled anyway. He had the chance. I thought he was gonna one shot it, but he didn't. And then moving on to my next Nuzlocke, Heart Gold. I lost a fair few Pokemon this time. Noctilla, Rocky, Illy, just to name a few. Hoot Hoot, Geodude, and Drowsy. Those are the names of them. I also lost Hot Dog the Growlithe. That was off screen. I was training him up and he died. So not fun. But that was also the Nuzlocke where I found my first shiny, in which I was able to completely ignore Rule 3 and go with the shiny clause and use the shiny. I'm happy about that, don't get me wrong. But I've also lost one more Pokemon in Heart Gold. And that was also at the champion against one of Lance's Dragonites. Against his Dragonite, here's the layout of it. The Pokemon had Ice Fang. The Dragonite, 4 times weak to ice, and gets outsped by that Pokemon with Ice Fang, was also confused, and also I was full health. Well, half health. Yes. Half health. I was full health, but then I got down to half health. Dragonite got confused because of outrage. It was his strongest Dragonite. So I was like, okay, I got this. I go with Ice Fang. Super effective. Health bar goes down so slowly. That is the downside to Gen 4. I will say that. And then stops so close to the end. Like so insignificantly close. And I'm just like, oh no. The Dragonite eats a citrus berry. And throughout that entire time, I was like, please hit yourself in confusion. Please hit yourself in confusion. Please hit yourself in confusion. It lands another outrage. And the health bar of my Pokemon drains down to 0. And in that moment, I lost my starter, Convol the Feraligatr. The Pokemon I started that journey with, I went through all of Johto with that Pokemon. I was livid that I was livid with myself that I chose to use Ice Fang knowing I was in kill range. I was so confident it was just going to one-shot because, like with Fire Red, the Elite Four was easily taken care of by Newt the Espeon, might I add. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the evolutions, but they're great. Except for Flareon. Flareon, no, not you. Flareon has no moves. No good moves, anyway. But, yeah, Convol the Feraligatr, I thought could take it. Convol was my strongest Pokemon on that team. He was the leader of the team. He led the team, which was built of Lumi, the Ampharos, Fang the Crobat, Newt the Espeon, as I said, Miko the Nidoqueen, by the way, Nidoqueen, really good, and Mufasa the Tauros. Whether I'm forgetting the Pokemon or not, I don't think I am, but if I am, no hard feelings. I just don't remember you. But I'm pretty sure I remembered all 6 of you. But that one was also one that stung because that was my starter. I went through the entire journey with him, and right at the final hurdle, technically the 5th final hurdle because it was Lance's second Pokemon, I lost him. And just like that, the leader of the team, but also my best friend throughout that Nuzlocke, was gone. He got me through Whitney's Miltank, the toughest gym leader, Claire, also a tough gym leader, and has seen 4 other of his friends die in front of him. And only then did he was like, no more gonna die. He dragged the team, coached them to being the best like no one ever was. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist doing that. And right at that final hurdle, he couldn't hold in any longer. And my starter died. I wasn't as emotional, but as I was when Spark died, but it did sting. It hurts. I would argue it was more emotional than Sparks, whilst I didn't actually tear up. It was at that point where I handled the sweet embrace of death as a old friend, let's say, where the ace of the champions, the ace Pokemon on the champions team, KOs one of my star Pokemon, and not the Pokemon which I would have wanted to die if one was going to die. That would have been a quarter, and was it shiny? Mufasa. Because they didn't really do much throughout the league runs. They didn't. Well, yes, a quarter saved me early game because if I didn't catch him, I would not have beaten Brock. But anyway, a quarter was wearing thin on use, and Mufasa did not do anything in any major battle. He was just there just to take a hit, heal up, switch out, done. He was my sack Pokemon. A quarter was my sack Pokemon. And knowing that I've already lost 2 Pokemon, which I had such a strong attachment to the Champion's Ace, has scared me and scarred me. Scarred me because it basically makes me think, okay, this happened twice before, it's probably going to happen again. What am I going to do to avoid it? And it scared me because the Hoenn champion and Elite Four are so much more powerful than the Kanto and Johto Elite Fours. To the point where even by the small possibility, I beat that Elite Four with the team I build in Hoenn. I don't want to lose a Pokemon to the Champion's Ace, which is a Metagross. So, was my plan, hopefully, will be go through Hoenn, find a Pokemon that can beat that Metagross easily, and then move on from there. The chances of me doing that are random. I don't know. It's not randomized, but if I can't get a Pokemon that can take care of the Metagross, what do I do? I don't want to lose Pokemon to the Champion's Ace again. I don't want to win with 5 Pokemon that survived it, and the Pokemon that died was a Pokemon which I formed a close attachment to. EA, my starter, or the best performing Pokemon in the league. I don't want it to happen again. I don't think I should have a sack Pokemon this time, because if I have a sack Pokemon, I'm wasting a slot for Pokemon that could actually help take care of a couple of other Pokemon. When it comes to a plan, I'm clueless. I've never beaten Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald. I've beaten Omega Ruby, I've beaten Alpha Sapphire. But that's with the help of Mega Evolution. In this game, I don't have it, and a physical special split does not exist. I am stuck. I think I can get to the Elite Four with some casualties, but winning, I don't think it's going to be done. And knowing that, or thinking that, really scares me from losing my team. Because whilst I may not have a fond attachment to them now, I'm going to by the time I get to that champion or the Elite Four. If I lose all 6 of them, that's it, game over. And then I just move on to the next game, which will be Emerald, where the same thing might happen. I don't want it to happen again. I'm terrified if it's going to happen again, because Spark and Convol hurt, and I don't want it. And I don't want to feel that pain again. It's almost like that scene in the 50th anniversary special of Doctor Who, where the Doctor says, "Because the alternative is burning," and I've seen that, and I never want to see it again. And whilst my whole team didn't burn, I want to win with a full team. And if I'm being honest, the only time in which I could see that happening is in a Pokemon X or Y Nuzlocke. And even then, I need to be more careful than I was in my first Nuzlocke in Pokemon Y. And that was a different can of worms. My first ever Nuzlocke, Pokemon Y, I did a 1-hour video on this channel about it. I made it all the way to Elite Four with a few, okay, not even a few, a lot of casualties. I don't even know what was going on. I lost a total of 13 Pokemon. And one of them was my starter, which was a Greninja. Admittedly, yes, I was being a bit stupid there. I used Extra Sensory on a Roserade. I thought it was going to take it out. No, it didn't, and it got one shot. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that one. But then I got to the Elite Four, where, despite lowering its attack multiple times, my Aegislash gets one shot by a Barbaracle. I've never liked that Pokemon, and because of that, I still don't. And then my Lucario, I think, got killed by Dragalge. Yes. And the saviour of the run was Oblivion, my Yveltal, or in MJTV's case, Yveltal. Yeah, I wanted to use Yveltal because I lost my starter. No, I didn't lose my starter at that point, but I lost enough Pokemon to decide, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm winning this, and I do not care if legendaries are banned. I do not want to lose. I didn't. I limited my use on Yveltal and try not to overuse him. I think I did a good job of that. But I still lost 2 of my favourite Pokemon, Greninja and Lucario, and an Aegislash by doing that maneuver. And I like to think the game punished me for that by taking away 3 very important Pokemon to me. Whilst they didn't affect me as much as Convol and Spark did, that's because I didn't record the Nuzlocke to show to you guys. I rather record my experience here so you guys can see my first encounters them, how I raised them, how I treated them, and how much they mean to me. And so you can see the raw reaction to me on what... No, so you can see the raw reaction to me on when they die. But to sum this up, I will get back to this. When? I don't know. When I stop being a wuss, evidently. I might record part 3 tomorrow, but I've got a bit of grinding to do on this, so Might not be tomorrow, might be in a week or so, but I will get around to it. It's just the stress. Nuzlockes are stressful. And if you want to do a Nuzlocke, don't listen to this video where I'm pretty much saying how it's bad. It's fun. It really is. I enjoy doing both of those Nuzlockes. It's just you have high highs and you have low lows. It's a roller coaster of intense emotion, and it either has a good ending or a sad ending. And I have not yet had a sad ending, but I have a feeling it's going to be coming up in this Nuzlocke. Whether I'm going to let that stop me from continuing it? No, it's not going to happen. I am going to continue it. Will that put me off from doing any more Nuzlocks? No. I like the Nuzlocks. I like recording it for you guys, whilst this is bad footage. I like recording it for you guys and doing it for you. Because whilst not many of you watch it, I like to think there are some people that do and enjoy it. This was just a video to explain why I haven't done the Nuzlocke, and I thought I should explain why I haven't really been uploading that much. But with that being said, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press the notification bell down in the corner below, and I'll see you next time.